What's up, everybody? Digmbot here, and welcome back to Favorite Places to Fly World Tour 2022. This is day 12 in North America, and today we're going to be taking off from Savannah. Now, there's two spots here you can take off from Savannah International Airport, Savannah Hilton Head, pardon me, or from Hunter Army Airfield. I'm going to take off from the Army Airfield, and we're going to be taking off on runway 10, and it's going to be just a quick northerly turn once we lift off. Let's go ahead and get flying. And today I am joined by a special guest, the one and only Bit. Hello, Bit.
Hello.
So, you have chosen to join me for the Savannah flight. Why?
Because we went to Savannah earlier this year and had an amazing time.
It was pretty nice. I like my coffee that I made this morning better, though, than the hotel coffee.
Well, that's not hard to do.
Yeah.
It was hotel coffee.
So, guys, as we get ready to take off, I'm going to handle the flight-related stuff, and Bit's going to handle all the little historical and cultural tidbits that I would normally try to impart to you. Should probably do a better job, so let's go ahead and throttle up. I am in a Cessna 172 today, and let's get rolling. And no, guys, your eyes do not deceive you. This runway does appear to have a wicked dip in it for some strange reason. I'm just going to assume that the sim is not quite right. This is one squirrely looking takeoff if you were watching me from the tower. Alright, and rotate. We are up, and like I said, this is going to be a northerly turn, so I'm going to pull the flaps in, and we're going to go ahead and bank out. And you will see in the distance, you will see, well, I'm just going to warn you guys, some of the stuff in this particular flight is not going to look so great. Savannah, in some aspects, did not come out too well in conversion to the sim. I apologize, but it's too neat of a place not to check out. So we are going to go ahead and do just that. Get us flying here. So what do you got for me, Bit?
So, interestingly enough, well, first of all, Savannah was founded in 1733 by General James Edward Oglethorpe. And interestingly enough, it was considered, it still is considered, America's first planned city. So I guess as you're going over some of the places and the towns as you're looking down, you'll see that it's very much on a grid patterned system.
Oh yeah, this is the part where you wanted me to gain altitude so they could see everything.
I do.
Yeah, I can do that.
Because when they originally arrived with the settlers, they divided Savannah up into, I believe it was 24 different grids, and of those 24, 22 are still intact today.
And you guys will actually see that coming up underneath us. If you look ahead, you can start to see the outline of the actual city. It's very noticeable because Savannah, it does have a lot of trees, but from the air you get more of the buildings because there's a lot of churches and various things. So what you're seeing up ahead of you as that pattern comes into view, that is the grid structure that Bit is talking about. So, and we'll address the big elephant in the room off to the left in a minute. I'm just going to ignore it for right now. Did you want to talk about the big old park, because we're going to be coming up over it relatively soon?
Absolutely. So that is Forsyth Park that you are talking about. And the most interesting part about that park is actually the fountain. And actually, I guess the interesting thing about it is that it's really not that unique or different. They wanted the fountain to be something similar to that they found in Europe, and so they actually ordered the fountain out of a catalog.
It's down there in that hole, by the way.
Right, that giant hole is the fountain. It's over 150 years old. The fountain was erected in 1858.
And if you're a fan of Forrest Gump, that's where he was eating his chocolates.
Oh, life's like a box of chocolates, Pete.
Literally, that's where they filmed it. Now, I'm going to bank back around, and we'll talk about the big elephant in the room. But we're going to be coming down what is known as River Street. And River Street, there's a lot of historical stuff we could go into with River Street, but there was slave trade happened there. A lot of cotton trade happened there. In fact, we ate at a restaurant called the Cotton Exchange. Absolutely fabulous.
Fabulous food.
So what you're looking at now these days is what's left of it. Now, it has been maintained. We're coming in over the main waterway into the port here, which Megan will address. But this is hotels and shops and the city convention center here on the right. All the way down through here, this is all immaculately maintained. It's beautiful. It looks as much as it would have about a century and a half ago. And Bit, just go ahead and get it out of the way with the big thing that's ahead of us that's broken.
Oh, that is it is actually the Talmadge Memorial Bridge that was completed in March of 1991.
It does not look like this in real life.
No, it does not. It is a beautiful bridge. You also cannot fly right through that. The original Talmadge Bridge was a cantilever truss bridge, and it was built in 1953, but it eventually became a danger for large ships that were entering the port of Savannah.
And let's talk about those ships for a second, because we saw this firsthand.
Right. It is otherworldly to be staring out the window and you see these massive container ships coming down the river. It's truly an amazing sight to see.
For reference, from personal experience, they barely fit under this bridge.
Mm-hmm. Barely.
And how many containers a year?
So, what I found is that Savannah is the largest single ocean container terminal on the eastern seaboard of the United States. It is the nation's fourth busiest seaport, and it brings in approximately 250 million containers every year.
Now, a couple notes before we wrap it up, guys. As you fly over the city, you will see many different sites. There's several large churches. The home of the founder of the Girl Scouts of America is down in here as well. And
Juliet Lowe.
if you head a little bit further out towards the ocean, there are two notable forts, Fort Jackson and Fort Pulaski, both of which played parts in the Civil War. So something to check out. But that's going to do it for us today. There's just a lot to see. Bit has one last fact for you, but I'm going to let you guys know that if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. If you're here to the end, well, watch time is key on YouTube. And Bit, hit us with that last amazing fact.
So my last fact, my favorite fact, is that actually Savannah was given to President Abraham Lincoln as a Christmas gift by Union General Sherman. It says that he was continuing his southbound march in the Civil War. He destroyed Atlanta, burned it to the ground, but when he got to Savannah, he thought it was so beautiful and decided to spare it. And as a result, he sent a letter and gave it to President Lincoln as a Christmas gift.
Civil War. The past was the worst. We'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye!